Well, Donald Trump's brain appears to have been broken by Ron DeSantis. Trump is now posting daily to Truth Central about it.
Truth Central.
Yeah. Truth Social. Now I'm calling it the wrong thing. Truth Social. Yes, not Truth Central. A few days ago, Donald Trump said he never thinks about Ron DeSantis. And that made me think that all Trump is thinking about is Ron DeSantis. And Trump is now just posting daily about DeSantis. Trump is obsessed with a guy who hasn't actually announced that he's running against Trump yet. Let's take a look at a couple of these posts. Every day it is something. Here is one from a couple of days ago. Donald Trump posting, quote, "So interesting to watch Fox News cover the small and unenthusiastic 139-person crowd in Staten Island for DeSantis, but stay as far away as possible from coverage of the thousands of people, many unable to get in, at the Club 47 event in West Palm Beach, Florida. I call Fox News the Rhino Network, and their down big ratings accurately reflect the name. If fake news CNN was smart, which they're not, they'd go conservative and all Trump all the time, like in 2016, and become a capital R ratings, capital J juggernaut." There are like 10 fascinating things about this post, and you have to understand the context and kind of be aware of the backstory on a lot of these things. First and foremost, Trump's continued obsession with crowds. DeSantis had 139 people. I had thousands. Fox News is talking about that crowd. They're not talking about my crowd. That's bad. Secondly, anything short of complete brown nosing and sucking up to Trump immediately gets you branded a rhino. If you're a Republican who is anything other than completely and unflinchingly and blindly loyal to Trump, you're a rhino. If you are a network and you cover what a different Republican did instead of what Trump did, you are a rhino. And then lastly, again, Trump's idea, he's mentioned this a number of times now, that CNN could really do something stunning if they were to become conservative like Fox, that everybody would flock to CNN, even after Trump has been bashing CNN for the greater part of a decade at this point in time. And he's probably right. I mean, the truth is, if CNN became conservative and Trump said CNN is the place to go, I'm sure that his followers who have spent years talking about how CNN is some kind of Marxist satanic influence on American society, I'm sure they would just go over there. Again, remember, Trump told us he's not thinking about Ron DeSantis, but he's posting about Ron DeSantis every single day.
Truth Central.
His next post, quote, "Florida was doing great long before Ron DeSantis got there. People are fleeing from," by the way, DeSantis is really funny. I know that it went to first, it was DeSanctimonious, but I don't know if DeSantis is a typo of Trump's nickname for DeSantis, or it's the next evolution. But there is something funny about that. Okay, people are fleeing from New York to Florida and other places because of high taxes and out of control crime, not because of Governor, thank you, President Trump, DeSanctimonious. Rick Scott did great, and even Charlie Crist had very good numbers. Sunshine and ocean, very alluring. So I think the point Trump is trying to make here is Florida is great, but it has nothing to do with DeSantis. It's great because of the sunshine and the ocean and the no state income tax and all of this stuff. Speaking of the taxes, and this is a tangent, but I believe it's an appropriate one if you will allow it. When I talked last week about, am I moving to Florida? And I said, well, I'm not moving to Florida, but it is seeming pretty appealing to spend like January and February in Florida and avoid some of the Northeast, gray, dark winters or whatever. Some people wrote in saying, David, I know you're really talking about that because you want to pay no state income tax. Now, the truth is, if you live for 2 months in Florida, these northern states, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, they don't let you stop paying income tax. I believe that you have to spend at least more than half the year in order to be able to say I live in Florida. But then other people wrote to me and said, David, if you're actually thinking about the Florida thing because you want to avoid state income tax, they get you in other ways because property taxes are very high and other taxes are and all these different that I don't even know if that's true. It's totally plausible to me that maybe it's not actually cheaper tax-wise to live in Florida because you save on state income, but you pay. I don't even know. I've not looked into it, but it wouldn't shock me if that were true. As far as DeSantis, Ron DeSantis isn't even running, and Trump is posting daily about him. Just imagine what the next year is going to be like if DeSantis does run. And it appears as though he is gearing up for that. One of our sponsors today is Fume. Fume is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us, including ones that harm our health. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to trade out your negative habit for a positive one. Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. Instead of pods filled with potentially harmful chemicals like a vape, Fume uses cores infused with plants like peppermint and cinnamon for delicious natural flavors. Fume's new version 2 model is snappy and tactile with an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap that's fun to fidget with. It's Fume's goal to make switching easy or even enjoyable. They have thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who have successfully switched when other solutions didn't work. Head to tryfume.com and use the code PACMAN to get 10% off today when you get the Journey Pack, which comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume. The link is down below.